Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Figure It Out. So first of all, I'd like to thank Kingdom of White for becoming a part of this show. Today we're going to talk about a lot about agency, how agencies can be formed, how you can be a part of it, how are the challenges, plus points, negative, everything about how an agency is supposed to be run. And coming on show today is Ashish for that. Hi
Hi,
Ashish, welcome to the
hi,
show.
Saj. Thank you.
And I think the last time we met was in the office when we were working together, and it's been what,
Correct.
3 or 4 years for that?
4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ashish, a quick intro about what you do and how your journey has been.
I think I will start with a very simple question which I have been answering from last 20 years is that how to get more business for brands. Okay, I think that's the question which I have been trying to answer for a lot of brands. I've worked almost like 20 years now
Wow.
across 20 plus brands, formed more than 25 plus brands in this entire journey. Small to big, I would say it very simple. From Nokia to Kia, I have worked in
That's a nice
all.
way to put it.
Yeah, I've worked in all sort of brands in all sort of categories.
Correct.
I've been fortunate enough, I would say, that I got a chance to work in multiple categories of brand, which is where essentially my learnings comes in.
Mm-hmm.
I would say started from selling cycles till today, selling IVF. I've done almost each and every part of in this journey, from selling technology,
Yeah.
or like my smartphone, from being a
From
mobile
the
phone.
antennas to the
Yeah,
thin ones.
correct. From being a mobile phone to a smartphone, still
Yeah.
now I don't know where is this going,
So
but
now you have those ring smart rings.
smart rings are also coming in.
Yeah.
Smart devices are coming in.
Yeah.
I think that's have been my journey. From an education point of view, I'm an engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer,
I'm
and
not surprised. Most of the top level guys are all engineers
yeah, I think
or MBA graduates.
one thing which comes good with the engineering is a sense of logic.
Yeah,
Why is A plus B is equals to
the
C?
analytical, the
Analytical
reasoning.
bit of it, or
Yeah.
I would say we question everything whatever comes to our tray. So that's something which
Hmm.
comes with an engineer. I've
Hmm.
done my MBA from ICFI Business School, Bangalore. After that, I've done my digital certification course from IIM Bangalore. So I
Pretty
think
cool.
that's pretty much about my education.
So engineers
And
have digital marketing सब कर
yeah,
लिए.
I mean, 16 years after having a 16 years of corporate career,
Hmm.
I took a pause and I said that what is that I love to do, and that's where my calling came in,
Hmm.
to help actually a lot of people to create brands.
Correct.
I feel India is a brand starved nation. There are a lot of
Interesting.
brands, but there are a lot of brands which are not of Indian origin. I mean,
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
really
Fair.
say the kind of opportunity this country has versus the kind of brand which this country has made global. I
Yeah.
mean, last brand which I think has been made out of India is Byju's, and you now see where it is. So I think there is good and bad with this country. So I'm working with large corporate setups where we perform a certain kind of a role as an agency.
Yeah.
We also love working with small and medium businesses and entrepreneurs. Not to use that word startups, but I think people who are starting their journey of
Journey. Correct.
creating brands.
Yeah.
So if you really see, if you do that in a right manner, probably that's where we come in.
Nice. But no, you didn't mention what your agency name is. You mentioned about you, but like, what's your baby's name?
Correct. So I was coming to that when I said that I have completed my 16 years of corporate journey, and that's where the calling came in of helping India create
Correct.
brands. And what better word can be entropy? A lot of people
Yeah.
say that what entropy exactly means.
Correct.
So entropy, in a simple word, is getting a order, getting a disorder into an orderly manner. Okay, that's what entropy means. That's where we are. I mean, my company name is Entropy Designs Private Limited.
Hmm.
That's a registered name, and we offer. I would not use that very used word and one-stop solution, but I would say we are a agency who start working with the client from the day start they start their brand journey.
Correct.
Okay, not the only the branding bit of it or the marketing bit of their
Hmm.
brand journey, from developing their identity to taking that out in the market
Correct.
to helping that extend. I think that's where also somewhere we realized our importance, that we are very good when it comes to physical marketing and also very good when it comes to digital marketing. So that's where
You're marrying both of them.
marrying both of it. I mean, the word actually it has got coined now is the phygital marketing, but I think we have been living in that journey from so long.
Yeah, fair enough. Amazing. Yeah. So how has the journey of the agency been? Inception, challenges, and everything. So do you want to like start from the start?
I think I just started with saying that the journey started with developing physical communication. So
Okay.
2018 exactly, that's where we formed our company. That's where the company got incorporated. And it took good 1 year for us to get our first client as a client on board. We started doing services in terms of developing communications. We started getting odd briefs. एक पोस्टर बना दो, 4 banners बना दो. I think that's where every agency starts with. But good thing was that I was coming from a certain kind of a background, which is essentially, before starting this journey, I worked almost like 8 years in the BFSI space.
Correct.
So that was something which was like a low hanging fruit for me in terms of going and acquiring client, because
you used your previous experience to at least pitch to them that okay, I've gone on my own.
Yeah.
And they trusted you, saying that okay, this guy I know, I can give him some business.
Yeah. So finally, after a good 6 months, we got first client on board, and that was to develop communication for their regional markets.
Okay.
So we started as a pure communication play agency by not developing communication but adapting communications.
Got it.
So I think, but that actually started with two people sitting out of a defunct mall in Kandivali. And that's how any journey starts. I mean, because you don't know how much to invest and what not to invest.
Correct.
So I think that's a question which everybody
you
has.
Aim big, but you got to accept the reality. You can't overspend more than your pocket right now, what you don't have, right?
Correct. So I think from there on, what actually changed things towards us, or what I would say, whatever successful we have been able to do in this journey, actually started in 2020 during the COVID.
Okay.
A lot of people will say
it was bad for them.
It was bad for them. It was not working for them. But what actually worked for us was, you will not believe it, because I was in a space where I used to go and meet a lot of people to acquire client. So I have been operating my team on a virtual space almost like good 1 year.
Wow.
So actually, you will not believe it, before March 2020, we were still using Google Meets. We were still using Zoom. We were still, the entire system, the entire repository of work which we do from the day one this agency started was in Dropbox. Nobody entire softwares are in cloud. Nobody uses it, but we started using it.
Correct.
So actually, for us, when this entire lockdown thing happened, we were up and ready in just 3 days.
Yeah.
So there was a 7-day time when people were actually not doing
figuring
anything.
out how to go about.
But for us, it was just getting on with the Wi-Fi, which took a little time for us. And getting the machine delivered to the each respective houses. That's it.
So that worked for you, like, and how did you like get about clients? Because I think not many were spending that time.
So I think exactly that's what I mentioned. That was a time where all the clients were consolidating their agencies from multiple agencies. They were trying to put all the work in one agency. We came out as an agency who had a good experience of physical, and we have also developed the good understanding of the digital as well. So while before COVID, there used to be a media agency, there used to be a creative agency, there used to be a digital agency, there used to be social media agency, there used to be performance marketing agency. We came across as some agency who can club all the services under one umbrella. So rather than you paying 5 lakh retainer to one agency, we became an agency who was doing the same kind of a service on 2.5 lakh rupees. So I think it was a cost benefit, and we actually didn't realize till the time actually client said to this.
But do you think that is the only advantage you had with respect to other things, like, offering everything at a lower price? Because agencies right now have become a price war.
Correct. So actually, that was from the client side.
Correct.
So the client wanted to consolidate. So there was no delivery gap in terms of the quality.
Yeah, I was coming to that.
Because as I started about the journey, we were a communication agency. But fortunately, also what happened in 2020 we actually got into digital in a big way. We got a team to deliver the digital output as well.
Okay.
So whether it is web developer, whether it is having a social media creative expert, having social media managers, whether having a performance marketing person,
Correct.
we developed all those things as well. It was not only just that same set of people who were delivering the creative communication started delivering the digital communication. There was a complete different set of team. What actually helped develop that team was the entire accessibility of doing this thing virtually.
Correct.
To hire a team, before that people used to actually figure out कि बॉम्बे में तू किधर रहता है, which place you are staying in,
how much
for you
time will take to travel, whether or not you'll stick around, you'll get tired of traveling.
Whether can you travel from Central Line to Western Line, or from Harbour Line to Western Line. That was the question. I think that question never appeared in our entire journey of building up that digital outfit.
Right.
Till today, I have a people operating out of Guwahati, Delhi, Pune, Indore.
So your edge was basically getting the best of the people regardless of where they were. And then that helped you formulate a proper team which could deliver your entire branding services, which is your physical, digital, media, performance, anything, under that retainer, because you were saving cost on office spaces.
Exactly.
And you were saving cost on, conveyance, whatever you give him.
Exactly.
And you were able to deliver the same quality because people were also happy. Okay, I don't have to travel.
Correct. And you think it from an employee perspective.
Exactly, yeah.
Because employee, if somebody has to travel, actually in Mumbai, they used to spend 2 hours traveling.
I spent 3.
So, yep. That 3 hours today gets translated into productive 3 hours.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that is what actually give us a benefit to the brand with which you're working.
Yeah. The travel time is dead time.
Dead time.
यार तुम कुछ भी मत करो, तुम नेटफ्लिक्स देख लो, तुम इंस्टाग्राम स्क्रॉल कर लो, तुम सो जाओ 1 घंटा, right? It helps you rejuvenate and become better in your efficiency, and your output increases, I feel.
Correct. I mean, today people come to me for an increment. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably we'll speak to a little more about.
We'll come to that. My next question is going to be about the resources part
of it.
Yeah.
But to be honest to myself.
Yeah.
And probably my team will see that and they will come back to me for sir ki this is what you have mentioned and that. Nobody has come to me for increment.
Because they're happy.
Because they are happy, they are content. I have not let them move out their comfort zone, because that helps them deliver better.
Correct.
Creative side, I think, is also more of a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Because there is a copy guy sitting with the art person, there is a servicing guy or the brand person who is explaining them the entire logic of it. So it becomes more of a team effort. And when you are working in silos, it's actually like
it can create a Chinese whisper kind of a situation where you can lose some.
So that is something which I have kept intact, that those are the set of the people who work from the office, and actually they are more than happy because that helps.
The output is better and they're aligned to the vision that they have to give the best to the brand.
Correct.
Yeah. So say, for example, I am starting an agency. So how do you go about formulating a team for it? What are the hiring challenges and how do you hire? What do you look for while you're hiring and why do you not hire?
So I think to answer your question in a very simple way is that I never hired people looking at to their qualification. I hired people looking at to their skill. That's a big mindset change which all agency people have to learn, that you don't have to hire person because he comes from XYZ college or a school or a B school and everything. You have to actually start hiring people with the kind of work they love doing it. One thing which really comes across as a yardstick for me is that how keen that person is to learn.
Okay.
I will give you one example. Today, the person who is leading my digital marketing is a CA by education.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you. The person who is writing my copy.
So they're eating our jobs.
They are not. See, you have to understand the mindset.
I mean, that's what people think, right? That's what people think. That's what people think.
And that person came to me and said that, Ashish, I will do this digital marketing thing. If as a normal agency person, I would have been there, I would have said, what are you talking about? You are a CA. You're good with number. I will hire as a CFO.
Tally karna tu.
I will hire as a CFO, correct, to manage my accounts. Why will I hire as a...
Absolutely.
But what I realized is digital marketing is all about understanding the numbers.
Numbers and also the consumer. If you cannot understand
Correct.
like where the touch points are, how can you market?
Correct. How can you market? How can you analyze?
Absolutely.
How, if you are running a campaign, correct?
Yeah.
Which platform is performing?
Absolutely.
I think while we were discussing, we were talking about engagement rate.
Yeah.
Okay, so engagement rate is a calculation.
Absolutely.
Correct. If you are not able to do that calculation right, so I think that's one part of it.
I just want to be like, also like this, when you said that, okay, your CAs, you're leading your digital. This I keep telling to people, never ever be under the delusion that you are not replaceable.
Correct.
Many times I come across people when they are leaving their job like, अरे मैं चला जाऊंगा, इन लोग को पता नहीं क्या होगा, brand suffer करेगा. Like, you are replaceable.
You are replaceable.
Within 3 days, there will be someone standing in front of the person and be like, I'll lead this.
Correct.
They are waiting. So be happy that you are having a job, be grateful for it and be happy, give it your all. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But
Correct.
don't have that delusion that you are not replaceable. You are replaceable.
Correct. That's where I have spilled out my secret formula, but that's
you basically read people and you understand where their inclination is, and then you put them over there. Okay, you like this. I think you are an inclined person towards this kind of a job. Let's put you here. This is going to be a profile. Lead the domain.
Correct. So 90% of my hire have been like this. That somebody who got hired as a business development person, today that person is managing the influencers.
I think not this. If you go by the skill set required for these two business, just taking this as an example, business development and influencer, they're not that far apart. Like business development, I come to you, say for example, I have to convince you. Why do you need to work with me? As to an influencer, you have to same negotiate, and you have to tell them why do you work with me.
Correct. But it's also leads towards the inclination of that individual. That when you are asking that person to go and pitch your service to a prospective client, versus when you are asking a person to go and pitch your name or your requirement to an influencer.
Yeah.
So it's about inclination and mindset. I think that's what.
It's also about passion.
I think passion leads to. I mean, I'm sitting here delivering my passion.
This is your passion. You turned your passion into this so amazing thing.
Yeah, you have got the essence right. It's all about getting the right people with the right passion and building up the team.
I can summarize. If you're starting an agency, hiring people, look for the passion, look for the obsession towards a certain profile, and then only hire them, because skill set can be taught, I feel. Yeah.
I think I have learned it by doing mistakes also. It's not that every time.
Everyone does.
Every time you are right, you do mistakes also when you hire certain kind of people who are more inclined toward the monetary side of it and less inclined towards the delivery side of it. There are some times when you have this misfits as well, and that becomes something which is very detrimental for an organization or an agency like us. I think that's fair to say that you will not get every time right, and you need to be open for it.
Yeah.
So out of 10 people you hire, or out of 5 people you hire, you will get 2-3 people like that.
I keep it like an 80-20 or 70-30 margin.
Yeah. And you need to be open for it.
You need to be open for that. You can't get everything right.
Correct.
Perfection is a myth.
Perfection is a myth, and the most difficult part as a agency owner is to इसको कैसे मना करूं कि तू मेरे लिए fit नहीं हो रहा है.
Yeah, saying no is tough.
Saying no is, but I think you have to learn that.
You have to learn that. How did you start scaling up? How do you start paying them? आप hiring तो कर लो, अभी salary देनी है तो business बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. Right? How did you grow your business?
It's a very interesting question, and I will like to answer with my own experience. Is that I have learned marketing, certain skills of marketing over a period of 15-16 years, where I started doing PTL work. I was into sales. I got into branding. I worked in communication agencies. I have till today I would have not organized less than 100 plus events across different format. I got into BFSI, where digital marketing is something which will come to you. It was not that you will go towards digital marketing. I worked with one of the largest private bank, where if you don't know digital marketing, you will probably not able to survive, because the relationship with a customer start by getting the KYC done. So it is not that you are asking for data. That customer is giving you the data. Correct. How to nurture that data to sell different things to that same customer, or cross sell the same data with different things. Like when you start your journey in a banking relationship, first thing which you open up is a saving
Savings
account.
account,
Then
yeah.
you get a debit card. Then you move to
Correct.
a credit card. Then you get a loan.
Then
And
you
then
open
you
a current
probably
account,
then you get a
etc.
mutual fund. Then that's how
FD.
yeah. So that is something which
Hmm.
I learned. So coming to your question, how did I scale? I started looking in myself that what are the kind of knowledge and skills I have to monitor and supervise,
Okay.
rather than whatever that client is asking. Because
Okay.
client will ask each and everything whatever is correct, which is coming to their mind. They will say कि सर आप क्या वेबसाइट बना सकते हो, क्या
Hmm.
आप SEO कर सकते हो. I picked up only things which I was capable to monitor initially. So, for
Right.
example, the physical communication bit of it,
Mm-hmm.
I knew the end to start of how the physical communication. I knew the end and start of how the digital marketing can be done.
Yeah.
So I started building up the team for which I had the necessary knowledge and understanding to build up those as a services, rather than what the market was going towards.
So you basically, whatever skill set you learned from the clients, that okay, this is a something requirement that they are looking for, and then you first learned it yourself.
Correct.
Before getting in the people or promising it to the client.
Correct.
And if you didn't know it, you didn't take it up.
In fact, that became our edge, because in the larger space of service deliverable like marketing solution,
Mm-hmm.
the agency make mistake only in over promising and
Yeah.
under delivering.
Correct.
We, because of me coming into a play, we always felt that we will promise and deliver only whatever we can. If we cannot do and deliver that thing, I will never go and outsell that services. So from services to services, we started building up this confidence, and that is how we grew. Just to give you an example, we never got into the tech part of the digital marketing.
Okay.
A lot of people came to us that, can you guys do app development? I said, no, we are not a tech company. Correct. Can you guys do marketplace management? I said, probably that's a skill which I have never acquired, and I will not able to monitor and supervise. That is something probably I will be able to only deliver through a collaboration. Probably that is something we will speak later.
Yeah.
But I think, to answer your question, you build your own understanding about those skills, building up those teams. So from just offering communication deliverable services to today offering the entire digital marketing spectrum of services, that has been a journey. It has not been done over a day or over a month. It has been done over a period of 5 years.
So if I summarize it, how you put it out very rightly, it starts from the face of the agency, and if that person does not know how that skill is to be monitored, supervised and delivered, like from start to end, if they don't know how to do it, don't take it up. Don't take it up. Learn it and then go back, saying that okay, I can do it. And the second part which you were mentioning, we were supposed to get into it only right now, like the collaborative part. Right. I feel that it's your credibility gets passed on to the person whom you are bringing along with as well.
Correct.
Right. If say अगर मेरे को आप बोलते हो आशीष को एक लेके आता है, बोलता है मैं ये बंदे को लेके आता हूँ, this person, so I trust you, I don't know that person, so your credibility gets passed on to that person, and I automatically trust that person. Right. So how important is collaboration in these times, and where all do you think as an agency owner I can think of collaborating for a brand's business, and where I should not?
Correct. So I think I will put it in a try to explain it with the core services which is required in a advertising or a creative or a digital marketing agency. Plus there are allied services which are required. So for example, today you are managing the social media for a particular client. Influencer marketing becomes an allied services.
Yeah.
You are managing a physical communication for a client. Okay, one of the deliverable of that physical communication can be an event which becomes an allied services. So you have to attach yourself to those allied services by collaborating with the expert in that field. So
Correct.
today, like the way you mentioned that I'm putting my neck on the line when
Yeah.
I'm going and putting across, if I have to collaborate, I cannot build a event agency, event marketing
Hmm.
agency, correct, or event management agency. I have to collaborate because that's a completely different skill set which is required. There is a different level of operations, there is a different level of delivery, there is a different level of talent management, there is a
Hmm.
different level of managing the entire show run which is required. So you have to collaborate with right set of people,
Correct.
bring them as part of your entire
Offerings.
offerings, and then start doing that. The other example which I mentioned was the influencer
Correct.
management bit, where there is a complete different mindset which is required. You have to build that necessary knowledge and skill in your own, because
Yeah.
this is something which has been evolved over the year. So
Yeah.
you have to have a right collaboration partner
Hmm.
where you are able to offer
Hmm.
more to your client by using your existing relationship. You
Hmm.
don't have to go all out.
Hmm.
Like I would put it like today, if I have to get into film production,
Yeah.
correct, film production needs to be a natural extension of my work.
Correct.
It cannot be a standalone thing which I am offering. Can be, but I would not like to get into that. So
Hmm.
that is where it becomes
So
collaborative.
it becomes like an extension. Your
It has
core services you need to define, and then the rest of it play around it, like an extension of your core offerings.
extension, so
Got it.
that you are able to deliver again more for the brand which you are working for.
A question over here. Say, for example, do you tell your client that okay, I'm doing this in collaboration with this another agency, or do you not tell them and do it by yourself?
I think it's a very good question, and I personally, whenever I'm doing a collaboration,
Hmm.
the person who is sitting next to me
Hmm.
is that collaboration partner.
Okay.
I am never sitting in front of the client all alone,
Hmm.
saying that in the back end there is an agency who's going to work for me. So that is where there is a
Do you
difference
also be
which is
like, "Okay, हम तो डूबेंगे सनम तुमको भी ले डूबेंगे."
तुमको, this is like a joint responsibility for a
Yeah,
client.
absolutely. It needs to be.
It needs
They
to
need
be,
to
yeah,
understand that you are not going to take the fall for it if they screw up.
screw up. And also thing is that you are putting that confidence in the person whom you are putting that confidence is
Yeah,
sitting next to you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Correct. So it's an equal responsibility. And because as a person, who you, I mean, you know the brand,
Correct.
correct. So there are sensibilities of the brand reputation
Yeah,
on any kind of an activity is at a stake. So you are the one who are taking that brunt. You will not run away, but
yeah.
you will be co-responsible for it.
A follow-up question or a concern, what I've seen rather is a lot of people, they don't usually introduce their partner because they charge a certain markup and they are insecure that okay, now this person knows this person, usko directly approach karega, get the exact rates, and then they will screw me over saying that okay, why did you charge, I can go directly to that person. So in these kind of scenarios, when you are introducing the person, okay, I'm working with this, what are how do you handle that so that the client stays with you also for running this entire show? So how do you ensure that?
So I think the one word which actually summarizes this is the transparency.
Yeah.
Okay, when you are getting into a partnership, okay, that partner need to be transparent to you, and you need to be transparent to the client,
Yeah.
correct, that you are getting that partner.
Yeah.
And most important, if you are transparent to understand the back end of the operations,
Hmm.
correct, you are operating in a market.
Yeah.
You cannot be more more in when it comes to cost, like you said, that
Yeah.
markup,
Correct.
correct. If I'm getting somebody, I'm putting a markup it or putting in front of the client,
Correct.
you cannot pass on that markup to the clients which you are offering that
Yeah.
kind of a thing. You have to be competitive enough, and
Yeah.
you will be able to be competitive enough if you understand the nut and bolts of this operations
Absolutely.
as well. So
Absolutely.
if I'm getting an event partner, I know what is the back end cost of that kind of a thing. And it is ultimately, we are not here for charity, we are here for
Yeah.
making a
Yeah.
certain kind of a money. So it has to make a lot of commercial sense,
Sense.
both for all the three party involved in it.
Yeah.
One for the brand, two for the partner, and third for you. What comes as an added responsibility, or what comes as why you can be a good mediator in between all this thing of is because you understand the client's mindset.
Correct.
You
Exactly.
understand the expectation much
Yes.
better, that you understand the brand sensibilities of those things.
I think the one of the things what agencies charge is not is the most 90% of the money they charge is for the non-tangible resource, which is the sense of understanding.
Sense of understanding.
You how well do you understand the brand, and how well are you delivering on the expectations?
Correct.
So right. So even when you're doing a collaboration, when you're getting a certain partner on board, you are telling the client, I understand you. I will ensure that to get this work done basis your understanding, you leave that to me. That is where the trust and the transparency comes into the picture, I feel.
Correct. So one simple example uh, is the content creation space, the content writer space.
Yeah.
There is not a single agency right now who doesn't work with freelancer content writers.
Right.
Correct. But you have to also create a pool of a certain kind of content writers who are expert in that space.
Yeah.
So today, if I'm doing a content writing for a tech company, I need to have a right content writer for that.
Absolutely.
If I am doing a content writing for a BFSI brand, you need to have a right content writer for that. The most mistake which people do is that you have one content writer and you try to plug in everywhere.
Yeah.
Correct. So now, to coming to your question, that when I understand the tech brand, I understand the requirement, I will get that right kind of a collaborator or supporter.
Absolutely.
If I don't understand, and if I'm a business mindset, I will start putting that same content writer everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
And you also know, like, okay, this kind of resource will charge this much for sure, because the expertise requires that. Exactly. It's a non-tangible resource over here. The product that you're offering, it's non-tangible. It's the expertise that you're bringing onto the page, right? So correct. I don't think there's a price to it, but it's a mutual understanding. Okay, this should cost this much, right? And also, I think you mentioned one good thing, that you need to have a list of the people that you want to work with and keep on refining that and categorize them. So that it's easier. Excel sheet खोला, ये filter मारो, ये 4 लोग हैं, इनको contact करो. Right?
And that Excel sheet will obviously come with years of experience.
Yeah. You keep on adding. अच्छा इसको मिला, इसको इधर डाल दो. Yeah. You need to catalog all the people that you come across. That's a very nice thing, actually.
Correct. So I mean, to add on to it, today when we are offering when we are managing social media, the largest part of deliverable also comes for a lot of brands is the doing customer testimonial. Correct. So customers are sitting there from Bhatinda to Bhubaneswar to Balkot to all different places in India. Correct. Now you have to offer that particular services to the client, which is cost effective, and it can be delivered at a local level. Yeah. So today, as an agency, as an outfit, we have collaboration with different videographers, photographers, and editors. Yeah. All across India. So today, I don't charge any travel cost for any such work.
That saves the client, and then they think that, oh, तुम मेरे को किधर भी करके दे रहे हो, ये तो बंदा अच्छा है.
Correct. So, but that is again, that will only happen if you have the right collaboration. Correct. Like if I'm shooting a testimonial in Andhra Pradesh, okay, or Telangana, I need to have a team who understand the local language.
Correct.
You have to have an ecosystem of things to always.
So I think, build an ecosystem of your collaborating partners also, not just your inside your agency, but outside also. And I think maintain a rapport with them also, because you just suddenly call them after 1 year and be like, "Are ye karna hai?" They probably won't pay that much attention. So you need to be like sending all those Happy New Year, Happy Diwali, all these messages also. Karna padta hai.
I think the word rapport in such cases, situations, translate into a word called rupiah. Correct. So if you are able to whether see they are your partner, okay, they are your equal partner. Correct. In some cases, even if your client is not happy with the output, but you have to pay your partner. I've seen a lot of cases. Sir, अच्छा ये तो approve नहीं है, मैं कुछ पैसे नहीं दूंगा.
Yeah.
It is not his problem. It is
उसने तो deliver किया.
So you have to take that risk. I think that's a larger business risk in this business.
One last thing, like, we've spoken a lot about it. I think we've covered pretty much how an agency, you develop the ecosystem, hiring, delivering to brand and everything. This is something, a hot topic of late, AI. How has AI impacted your delivery? How has it modified your team? And how are brands looking at integrating AI into their final output?
I will talk it into three different parts in it.
Okay.
One is the content part of it, is a generative AI part of it, which is Chat GPT and that kind of tools, correct, which are generative tools. That's the first part which I'll talk about. The second is on the creative deliverable, which is mid journeys of the world.
Yeah.
And third is the overall AI bit of it. How are we kind of trying to leverage that? Because first thing is, this is something which you have to learn. You cannot run away, and you have to use it for your best of knowledge and understanding.
Right.
Correct. Obviously a lot of things started getting developed when Chat GPT came in. A lot of content writers started using it. One of the way we have used is to make sure that whatever content is coming to us is getting checked using Chat GPT rather than using Chat GPT to generate content. We are using Chat GPT to check the content. So from the time we have started using till now, I don't see any
errors,
escalation from the client saying that there is a spelling mistake or there is.
That's an interesting way. You are reverse engineering in using it in a different way.
I mean, it's not that people cannot use Chat GPT to generate content. Definitely they can do that.
Yeah.
But I think that is where I have made people learn. I mean, and the other thing is also keep on training your team on such kind of a tools, how to use it.
Right. But where do you learn these things? Like, there's no manual for it, right?
There is no manual for it. It is always, first you have to learn, you have to experiment.
Correct.
Then you have to see what way you can use for your set of the team. Because team is from morning till night. They're running behind the schedule. Yeah. They're never ahead of the schedule. Yeah. Correct. That's the reality.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
that's the right way. I mean, till today, I've never seen a 26th January post gone on 24th of January. Correct. Yeah. Even if you have shared that creative to the client on 4th of January, client will only see on 22nd of January, and client will only revert on 23rd of January, and you will have a debate only on 25th of January on the same night. So this is the fact of the running an agency. You cannot run away from it. So how do you get time? I think you have asked that question. How do you get time? You have to make sure that in this time, whatever you are utilizing, you start giving that kind of a nuggets to them.
Okay.
Correct. You tell them like, this is the content which you have generated. Okay, which a content writer has generated. First thing is you have to check it, and then you have to share with the client as a brand service person.
Yeah.
So I think that's a fantastic tool. Correct. That can be used, and that is how we are utilizing it for ourselves. I think White Hat Junior was much ahead of the curve. If they would have been right now, they would have been different thing altogether. A kid of 7 years making a Chat GPT, how to talk to your mother.
Yeah. Learn from my experience.
So that's one part of it. Now the second bit of it is on the image generative tools.
The visual part of it. The text part, now the visual part. Yeah.
I think I would say it is more than the mid journey. I have seen my personal experience with the current set of I would say image sites which have learned a lot, whether it is Shutterstock, whether it is Adobe Stock. They are doing far more better work than whatever work you can do with mid-journey.
Really?
Yeah, they have developed those tools.
But they're not free tools, right? Shutterstock obviously charges you for
it. They are not free tools, but I'm telling you, as an agency, I've used Shutterstock. As an agency, I use Adobe Stock. For me, and forget that mid-journey is also not free, by the way.
After a certain point, but certain things you do get for free. After a point, you don't.
With the kind of usage which we have, nothing is free
for an agency. If we talk from an agency point of view, definitely you need paid subscriptions for it. Yeah.
I need to have paid subscription, because until and unless I have not taken that paid subscription, I cannot sell it to the client.
Yeah.
I'm legally not in the right
absolutely.
process. So I have to take that subscription. The other thing which has also come from the generative part of it is the way the Adobe suite, the creative suite has got impacted by generative AIs. So if you today open a Photoshop and you say that this is an image, you just to give a prompt. I want to extend that image to a horizontal.
It does that.
I think that is for me more powerful than generating an image in mid journey. And that is what I would make my team learn. Boss, बीटा आने के बाद
Yeah.
तुमको बीटा ही यूज करना है.
Even this like Google Pixel, like they come up with those ads where you can change the smiling, grumpy, whatever.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same thing.
It's the same
it's the
logic,
same,
right?
It's the same logic. I mean,
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was telling. If
yeah,
you actually use Canva
yeah.
AI tool,
I want to. I don't.
actually you take a video, the
Yeah.
video which you are right now shooting.
Yeah.
Okay, you convert that video once into that proper video and put that into Canva AI, and you just give a prompt that I want to add a background music.
Okay.
It will add a background music in the right, what you can say, the modulation.
Wow.
Wherever there is a music high required,
Yeah.
it will automatically take it up.
Interesting.
And it will give you the best music fit for it.
Interesting. Wow.
So how are agencies churning reels out of reel?
Yeah.
How are agencies becoming a reel
sweatshop factory of
a
it,
reel
right?
factory? You have to use AI tools for doing this. The third and most important part of is the overall AI. So I think one thing is that as an agency owner, as a people who are working in the agency in the creative space, don't run away from it. Use it to your best of ability, use you to best of your knowledge, and try to save as much as time using those tools, because that creative delivery time has reduced. I had taken 3 months to deliver a print ad in my start of my career.
Now you can deliver it in half an hour.
Today if I tell my client that I will take 3 days, no, presentation is tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay,
if you can give me back today, I will be able to give you feedback tomorrow morning, so that by tomorrow evening we can close. That's the reality. How will you able to do it? You'll be able to do it only.
The turnaround times have reduced drastically. Yes.
You have to use all those AI tools to make sure that you're doing. Like the other example I was giving while we were chatting earlier was that in last 1 year, I have not used a voiceover artist to generate any kind of a background voiceover, which is a fantastic thing both for the client
and for you,
both for the agency. Today, if I have to get any kind of voiceover done, I have multiple options,
it out
and it is delivering.
It's more a trial by fire kind of a scenario. There's so many resources out there. Invest your time, invest your energies into learning those things, and probably seeing how you can fit them into your service offerings.
Correct. The last thing which I am using for AI is that we are trying to create an influencer content creator management platform. Okay, which essentially is going to run the completely other way as with compared to the current content creator management platforms are running.
Okay.
The way it is going to run is this content management platform is going to teach the content creators how to create content which is required for the brand. Because today most of the content creator are doing a lot of content creation for their own line of
they know their style, then they know their execution, but when it comes to brand, sometimes they go off.
So if I create a content platform where I am teaching those content creator using AI tools, that for example, let's just take an example. There is a fashion content creator. Okay, and I go to that fashion content creator saying that I have a hair color product. Can you create a content for that? That content creator will say, I don't know, you will have to help me out.
Okay.
That is where my time goes in explaining to that content creator. You can probably think of it, but if I tell that content creator, go to chat GPT, put this program, and that will give you, and then you improvise upon that.
Absolutely.
I think that's where
saving time, saving energy, and giving, at least even if it's not 100% accurate, it gives a direction.
And after that is the creator's creativity.
Then it's their job, right? Yeah.
Correct. They will at least not run away from this brief.
Yeah.
Today 90% of the creator run away from that brief. अभी कौन टाइम देगा उसमें, आप मेरे को बता दो ना क्या करने का है, आप मेरे को फ्रेम्स दे दो, मैं बना के दे दूंगा.
Give me the script, give me the mood board
and everything. I will shoot it and give it to you.
Yeah.
But that is not, you are not creating an ad. You are getting that creator to create an original content which fits into their kind of delivery pattern.
Yeah.
So I think that is another thing which we are trying to see how can we use.
Interesting.
because there is
Is
so
there a
much.
beta version for it, like people can try it out or
Very
something?
soon, very soon, I think probably by the time this video goes out, I'll be able to at least share the website link where
So
we
even
will.
if it comes out later, I'll probably just embed that beta link. People can apply
Absolutely, I
in
think,
the
I mean,
caption.
as I speak, we are working on it. So I think,
Perfect.
and I don't want to let that thing go out until unless it is.
No, no,
Uh,
fair. Yeah, understand, until you are satisfied, you should not go ahead with it. No, perfect. Yeah, amazing chat. We covered quite a lot of it,
I
and
know. Yeah.
good insights, lovely insights on how a layman can also think of starting an agency, right
Yeah.
from brand delivery to hiring to the challenges and how to upsell. I think it starts from me, the person, as in like whoever's starting an agency.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they need to be first confident and learning more.
Correct.
So thank you for your time. Yeah, a lovely catching up. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have any queries, Ashish will be tagged in the video. You can also visit his website for reaching out to him. I know him for almost 4 years, and he always is available to answer any queries. You can also reach out to him on LinkedIn. Yeah, stay tuned for more episodes. Take care. Cheers.